Hello everyone, and welcome to the first update for this vlog. So I am still reading Undertaking of Heart and Mercy by Megan Bannon for the dining room. This is the prompt where we have to read a book centered around family, and this has to do with, we have two perspectives, and both of them have things about family that we are working through. One is a family business, the other is more grief-centered, and that's all I'm going to tell you. I'm actually going to tell you nothing other than that, because I shouldn't be telling you anything because I'm reading this for a project book with Brittany. We're gonna discuss this on a live show on March 8th. We are starting the Genre Blend Comp Club, so I'm not gonna tell you anything else. If you want to know more about that, I will link our videos down below where you can come talk to us about it. But yeah, I'm not gonna tell you anything else, just that I am at the 321 page mark out of almost, like, I have like about 100 pages left, a little less. There's like 416 pages in here. So that's all I have left. I'm hoping to finish it tonight. I'm currently making a homemade pizza for myself for dinner. I haven't done it in a little while, and I'm really excited to make this one because the last one I made, I think the dough mix was a little old and it didn't rise correctly. So I'm excited to make one, and that's why my oven is preheating behind me. Yeah, but that's my update for now. I'm actually technically a room behind. I have to do our billiards room next, which the prompt is a game, and I think I have a book picked out for that, but I haven't fully committed to that yet because I'm still reading Heart and Mercy. But it's Tuesday night. I know Brittany and Kelsey are running B&K book club sprints, and I might see if there's any clue sprints running just to watch, but I'm really tired tonight, so I also am going to try to just do house stuff that I have on my to-do list, and then I'm reading this physically, so I'm going to sit down and read this at some point. But yeah, that's my update for you to kick off this vlog. Is this the last weekly vlog? It might be, because I'm starting this, I ran the last vlog through the end of Chaos Weekend, and I think I might run this through the end of the month just to kind of make it easy. And then, we have, but we'll have to see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how things work out, because that's still 10 days. I don't know. I still have to decide. Hello everyone, so are you ready for a ramble? Because that's what is about to happen in this update, because it is currently Sunday and I don't think I've updated you since Tuesday. So it has been a few days and the end of my last Clue vlog was a little chaotic with the end of Chaos Weekend. So basically, Chaos Weekend ended, and at the end, I was telling you that I was hoping to finish Where the Drowned Girls Go, and I did not tell you my thoughts, I don't think. I loved this. This ended up being something that I didn't know if I was gonna love at the beginning of this novella, and I was unsettled by it, and then we got towards the end and things started coming together, and I ended up giving this a 4.5. I really enjoyed this. So I loved this one. Can't wait to continue on with this series. I don't know how soon I'll get to the next book, simply because I was the driving force was that I had the last few books from, sales and stuff, used book sales, and also just picking them up off of Pango and such. And now the reminder is not there to keep going, so I will try. But I'm not sure how quickly I'll get to this, but I ended up loving this. So that kind of closes out Chaos Weekend. Then I think I told you that I finished this book, but I can't talk about it because we're going to talk about it for Genre Blend Comp Club on the 8th. And I'm excited for this one, but excited to talk to you about it, I should say. But I can't tell you my thoughts. I can't tell you my thoughts. So finished this one, which means I was 2 rooms behind. Now I'm getting a little more caught up, but I was a room behind and I can't remember what room this was for at all. The billiard room? No. The dining room. It was for the dining room because it had to do with family. And then we moved on to Sweep of the Blade for Ilana Andrews, which is a reread for me. This is the 4th book in the series, but it is a sort of standalone within the Clean Sweep series. which I love this series. I reread it fairly often. The main series is about Dina, who is an innkeeper on Earth, and Earth is this special point in the galaxy where a lot of things converge and different alien species end up like staying on Earth at these very specialized inns, but Earth as a whole doesn't know about the inns, and it's supposed to be kept a secret. So Dina is an innkeeper catering to aliens who have to stay on Earth for a variety of reasons. This book is about her sister Maud, who has had her own venture into the galaxy. She went off and got married, had a child, and she got exiled from that life where she lived with vampires, alien vampires. I know it's a little complicated, but she lived with alien vampires, got exiled due to her husband's actions, and now she is trying to rebuild her life with her and her daughter. And this is kind of her story and her book, and I absolutely love Maud. I love this book so much. It's my favorite in the series. It's also like a little standalone, so I could reread this, which I think I needed at that point because I was really starting to feel like unwieldy with my currently reading. I was behind with books. And I read this for the billiard room because it has a few different competitions within it, just like small games between some of the characters. When I thought of this book, I knew at least 2 times that there were like games in here that I could count it for the prompt. So yeah, so I had a good time rereading this. This is a 5 out of 5 stars for me. I absolutely love it. I wish we had more books from Maud's perspective, honestly, because I love the way she thinks and the way she analyzes things around her. So this took me most of the week to read. I just was like, I don't know, this last week, I don't know where time went. Like, I think we talked that like it's been a whole week since Valentine's Day, and that week was busy, and I got the vlog out for that week and Chaos Weekend on Thursday, and I just do not know where the time between like Tuesday and Friday went because I didn't read that much. I didn't update you all, but the time passed anyway. So so that is the books that I am up to as far as what I have finished for prompts. Then I also finished Spooky Lakes by Geo Rutherford. This is a big nonfiction like picture book, and this didn't count for anything for Clue. I had gotten the audiobook from my library, and I was really excited to read it. So, and it was like a 2-hour audiobook, so I just thought I'd kind of read this in the background, and it was great. But if you are familiar with Spooky Lake Month on TikTok or, social media in general, Geo is the one that runs it. She talks about different lakes across the world and kind of sums up, like, she rates them out of 10 spookies. So if the lake is a 1 spooky, it's not a very spooky lake. If it's 10, it's scary. So then she has this book, which is 25 Strange and Mysterious Lakes That Dot Our Planet. And she talks about, like, the illustrations are gorgeous, and I think she did all of them. I'm 90% sure she did all the illustrations, and they're absolutely gorgeous, and I just loved listening to this. It was a really interesting book full of stuff that I am both familiar and unfamiliar with from her videos, but it was just really interesting and really beautiful to look at. So I kind of did a little side quest and listen to this because I think I just needed a break from like what I was reading for things this week. So I just sort of read that as a little palate cleanser, and I went off TBR with Sweep of the Blade and Spooky Lakes simply because I was like, I need something here that's not working with my TBR books, and we ended up with those, which was great. So now The Secret Adversary by Agatha Christie, and this is the first book in the Tommy and Tuppence series, and this is a recommendation. I watched Leandra's video recently about where to start with Agatha Christie, and I have been interested in trying Agatha Christie for a while, and this was a place that she recommended you could start, and it was the one that appealed to me the most. So I picked this. It also is not super long, and it seems like it's going to be a fun ride. In this, we're following Tommy and Tuppence, who are 2 people who are down on their luck, like don't have very much money, and it's the end of World War I. I think it's between the World Wars, and they're trying to come up with some not get rich quick schemes, but just sort of come up with a way to make money at this point. And they put out an advertisement that's basically like, 2 adventurous young people will do whatever if you pay us. And that's where I'm at right now. They're just trying to figure out what's going on with this sort of mysterious man that they've met. So I'm curious, they're curious. It's interesting so far. I'm listening to the audiobook. I'm hoping I can finish that either today or tomorrow because I have off Monday and Tuesday from work. I'm hoping I can finish that and then be on what is our current room? The library. And I forget what that prompt is. Oh, we have to read a book that starts with the same letter as the book we've finished. So if I finish The Secret Adversary, I need to start a book that starts with T. And I think T, I will read The Water Moon. I think that's what I'll do. Either that or Little Thieves, because Little Thieves doesn't start with T. Not Little Thieves. What was the other book? The Water Moon. Does Water Moon have the in the front? We'll figure it out when we get there. I don't know what I thought my brain was thinking.
Did you know? First of all, hold on. Whoa. Squirrel, help.
Words. See, I told you I've been talking for almost 10 minutes and almost all of this is like not even a ramble. It's just updates because I've finished a bunch of things, but I haven't told you about them. So I think I'm going to go for now. That's the end of this clip. And then if I have more updates for you before the end of the weekend, I will come back because I don't want to go on too long and just bore you all. So that's where we're going to stop this clip, and I will see you again not after such a long gap. Hello everyone. So it's weirdly bright because I'm sitting, and it's probably going to sound terrible, but it was 50 degrees today and my front door is right there. And when I open my front door, the sun beats in here. And when I'm telling you, it feels so good to sit in the sun right now and just enjoy the warmth. I'm a little bit of a cat. Look, I tell my friends all the time, I am a lizard. I like to be warm. I like to lay in the sun. So I can get this little triangle of warmth and I'm not going to get up. But I am going to tell you that I finished The Secret Adversary, which was by Agatha Christie, and I enjoyed this a lot. I think I was confused a bit in the middle of it several times. I think I told you a little bit about that, how I was just kind of confused in the middle. And I think that was mostly a me problem because I was listening to this only on audiobook and I was doing other tasks. And I think for this mystery that things were just a little too complex to be doing that. So I think I should have just taken my time at the beginning, like the first third, and like listened to this and gotten immersed in it a little more before I like went off and did my tasks and, you know, all that stuff. I think I was also kind of tired. So that did impact my enjoyment a little bit, but overall I did enjoy this. I had a good time. So I'm going to give this a 3.5 stars, and I will definitely read more Agatha Christie. I will definitely read more Tommy and Tuppence, and I enjoyed this a lot. So I had a good time. So the next prompt I have to do is one that starts with the same letter as The Secret Adversary. So what I've discovered is that I have 4 old arcs on my NetGalley that I am going to try to read because they all start with T. They all start with the. So the first one was Tiger Queen by Annie Sullivan, and this I DNF'd at 10%. Now, I said in my review that I can see promise in this. It is a standalone YA fantasy novel about a young woman who is going to be the queen of her people, and it's a desert people, and she participates in gladiator matches in order to, if she loses the gladiator match, then that man becomes her husband. So she's trying not to lose so that she can be single and be queen. And I think, well, from what I read, she is also going to have to go up against this man who is like her nemesis because he trains her and has kind of won her father over and taken her place at her father's side a bit. So I read 10% of this, and I can see merit in the character, I can see merit in the world, and I can see merit in the author's writing. but I'm not enjoying any of them. This is a very 2019, like, I can see where this book is going. Like, I have read this book too many times before, and there's a lot of info dumping and like so much going on in the first 10% that I just don't think this is going to work for me. I just wasn't interested. I wasn't getting connected, and the author or the main character's voice just wasn't something that worked well for me. Like, I thought she just seemed really frustrating to me. So I'm DNFing that, and we're going to move on to, I just had it here, The Absinthe Earl by Sharon Lynn Fisher. I borrowed the audiobook off of Hoopla, and we're going to try it and see if I enjoy this one anymore. But that was 10%. Now we're going to try this one. Even if I just get to 50% of one, we'll see. Hello, everyone. It is the next day. It's Tuesday. I am at 46% of The Absinthe Earl, and I'm going to DNF this. I've kept going longer with this one because I actually really liked the two main characters, and I liked them as people. I liked their characterization. I thought it was interesting what was going on with them, but I truly think I am just so lost in what is happening with the plot and the timeline, because I think at the beginning we're told it's 1888, and I feel like some parts of this book are written like they are set today and in modern times, and then other moments feel like they are written 300 years before this story is taking place, and like it isn't lining up with me to make sense. Like, it feels like the author just doesn't have a solid setting, not necessarily like the setting around them, because it's fantastical, we're going different places, but it feels like this could be set literally anytime, and it's getting me really confused. I'm also, every time I feel like I'm starting to get a grasp on what's going on, I get a piece of information or a sentence that confuses me. So it felt like nothing was happening and too much was happening. So I'm going to DNF this at 47%. I'm really sad about it. I'm really sad because I was hoping this would be like a fun one. I've seen it compared to like Gail Carriger and stuff like that, and our main character does kind of remind me of Alexia Terabati from the Solus series, but not quite as witty and sharp and well written. So this is disappointing to me. I would try something else from the author possibly, but yeah, I couldn't keep going with this because I was so confused about the plot. Am I ever going to finish a book for this prompt? I mean, it's really been, 2 days, but it's been 2 books too. So I'm going to try to figure out if I want to read another arc that I have, since I've DNF'd both of these, or if I want to pick up another book. So that is my decision for me in the next couple of hours, and then we'll see where we go from there. Howdy, everyone. So it is Saturday morning. It's March 1st. The readathon is over. I didn't finish anything else. Unfortunately, this lead detective got stuck in the library, and she hung out there and read books and then kept putting them back on the shelves because she didn't want to. So there were too many options. I don't know. I finished what was the book I finished? The Secret Adversary. And then I DNF'd those 2 books that I talked about. And then I just ran out of steam, unfortunately, at the end of the month. So I just got trapped in the library, which isn't a bad place to be. And, that's how the cookie crumbled this time. But overall, I had such a fun time with Clue. This was just an awesome readathon and an awesome experience. Thank you to everybody for, hanging out in sprints, chatting me with Discord, However, if we interacted over this month, it has been so fun to get to know people better. Thank you to Rainey for, inviting me to do this. This was my first experience in a role like this, in a readathon, and I had a great time. And so thank you for including me. But that is the end of the weekly Clue vlogs. They got stretched out a little bit here at the end of the month, but my plan is to go back to bi-weekly or 10-day vlogs for the foreseeable future. So I hope to see you then. If you have any thoughts or feelings or want to let me know anything down in the comments, go ahead. And if not, just leave me your team like color for Clue if you participated, a heart, or just your favorite color heart if you weren't in Clue, whatever. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!